functional.
Hey howdy hey gamers, it's time for magical cards. How's everybody doing? I got LawyerDog, the homeboy.
Who's that?
You're the homeboy.
What?
Yeah.
I'm the boy at home?
Yeah. Apparently not for long because you need to walk your dog, but we're gonna get through a deck build at least before you go deal with that.
I'll be here for the exciting part.
The part that matters. Because once you have built your deck, then, you know, if you've built a good deck, then there's no way to lose. So.
You build a good deck and then you resign and make a new deck.
So, elephant in the room. Yes, I did update OBS to version 28. Yes, it does suck. There's probably some cool features in here somewhere. I clicked the tools drop down, and one of the tools is just captions.
You click the tools drop down, you just see yourself because
Oh,
you're
shit.
updated.
So I don't know what the captions tool does. Maybe it's good. I don't know. It apparently uses the Microsoft service, so I don't know if the Microsoft captioning service is good or not.
But you can't say fuck words with Microsoft.
Maybe I could. I could try it right now.
I bet Microsoft doesn't let you say fuck.
Audio source. Mic aux. Enable. Wait, does that show
It
up?
considered Microsoft for a while before going, he probably meant Microsoft.
Where did that show up? Hang on. I clicked it and it's...
I had to
don't-
really enunciate the Michael soft.
I think it might go to the Twitch caption thing.
Oh, that would be actually handy.
Yeah.
That would be kind of crazy.
But I'm not gonna use that right now. Okay.
Nothing showed up when I clicked captions. I don't know.
I turned them off before I said much. I don't know. Well, that's something that I'll fuck with later. Right now, you've got a dog in need of walking, so let's check out some cards first. Hey, it's Magic Arena. There was a bunch of
MTGA
stuff
reviews on Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
So there were a couple of little screens that I had to click through so that I could buy gems so I could do sealed events because I didn't have enough gems because I'm bad.
What? You have to buy gems in this?
Yeah, I know. One of them was, hey, 4 sets have rotated out of standard. So now, if there are a lot of standard decks that are no longer legal.
Oh, this is the new actual set?
Yeah, no, this is Dominaria United, baby.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was just another of the 500 shitty garbage sets that they've been throwing out there constantly.
No, not this time. So now...
it's not Arena only, it's not Commander.
No,
it's
just
actual Magic set.
It's just a regular actual Magic set.
Oh, shit.
From the sample, it was doing a worse job than my current captioner. Huh. So now, now would actually be a pretty good time if you want to start getting into Arena, I guess, because now there are fewer sets that you have to worry about getting cards from if you want to catch up.
I know fucking nothing about this set.
Yeah, I know very little. I watched, like, most of the pre-release, and all I remember is that, do you remember the vampire from Strixhaven that it's like, it enters the battlefield and it can do one of 3 things, and those things are pretty good?
No, I was looking at my YouTube page and I saw that Bass Hunter put out a new song.
Ooh!
In this, the year of our Lord 2022, so I got distracted.
So yeah, now standard is Dominaria United, the new set. Innistrad Midnight Hunt, Innistrad Crimson Vow, which are on, like, in different parts of the menu for some reason, even though they came out one after another. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, Streets of New Capenna. So now there's only 5 sets in standard. There are fewer cards, which means if you want to get into it, then there are fewer cards you have to worry about getting.
And it's always good when there's less Magic cards.
The quality of the environment, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm just saying, if you want to start playing Magic, now's a decent time. Probably. So let's go to the sealed. Oh, they do the color pairing description even for the standard sets now. That's neat.
Wow, spells aggro for Izzet? No way.
Yeah.
No
You'll
way.
receive. Oh, there's an Izzet card that you would probably be pretty excited for. It's a Spellgorger weird, but it has trample basically, and it's 2 mana. The cards will be added to your collection. You'll use them plus basic lands to build a 40-card deck, play games, and receive prizes based on how many games you win.
There's a new carpetless hat. You could be practicing new carpetless right now.
Oh, God. Flyer's Tempo, Control, Reckless Aggro, Domain Stompy, Domain Tokens, Creatures Sacrifice, Spells Aggro, Domain Midrange, Tokens Aggro, and Kicker Ramp, which is one of my favorite Tony Hawk Build a Skate Park pieces.
Oh, so just go Simic if you can, huh?
Yeah, probably. So we got Joda! We got the 5-color nonsense legend. Joda the Unifier is a 5/5 for white, blue, black, red, and green. It's a legendary human wizard. Legendary creatures you control get +X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control, so it comes in as a 6/6. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order.
Bro, you ain't playing that shit.
I want to.
It's
though.
not even good.
I mean, he could be good.
No.
He's a 6/6 for 5. That gets bigger if you've got other legendaries, which there are a lot of. They brought back the legendaries.
Cast him and then cast another legendary.
Yeah.
You are so deep into Magic Christmas land that you could have won with like a mulligan to 2, and one of them's the Basking Root Walla.
Alright, our other rares, King Darien the Gajillionth is a 3-mana 2/3 in green-white, legendary human soldier. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. 3 green-white.
That's actually obscene.
Yeah, this guy's actually really good. This guy, 3 green-white, put a counter on him, and create a 1/1 soldier, and sacrifice him. Creature tokens you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
He seems pretty good without the activated abilities.
Yeah, no, this guy just a 3-mana 2/3 lord is pretty good. And it's not even a type. It's not other humans or anything. It's just other creatures.
I've fucking died to Benelish Marshall a few times.
Yeah. Vesuvan Duplomancy. 4-mana enchantment in blue. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. I mean, if you've got like a bunch of pump spells or something like that, then, you know, you can make a bunch of King Darians.
Minor theme is casting things on your own guys. So I saw one Izzet card that got linked somewhere.
Ooh. Astor, Bearer of Blades, 4-mana 4/4 legendary human warrior. When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 7. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom onto your library in any order. Equipment you control have equip 1. Vehicles you control have crew 1. If you got equipment and vehicles, this guy seems really good. I don't know if you're going to have that in limited.
A lot.
Yeah. Radha's Firebrand, 2-mana 3/1. Whenever it attacks, target creature defending player controls with power less than Radha Firebrand's power can't block. Not can't block Radha's Firebrand. Can't block anything.
I have to actually bust out the hypergeometric probability calculator.
Oh boy. Domain, 5 and a red. Radha's Firebrand gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type among lands you control. Activate only once each turn. So it could attack in as a 5/3 and make anything with power 4 or less unable to block. Seems solid. Also, there's a cycle of, I think they're common. I think it's like 1 every pack of lands that come in tapped that have both land types. And I think they're new ones, too. And then we have Evolved Sleeper. So we've got Wooburg in our rares and also in one rare. Evolved Sleeper, 1-mana 1/1 human. Pay a black mana, it becomes a human cleric with base power and toughness 2/2. 1 and a black if it's a cleric, put a death touch counter on it, it becomes a Phyrexian human cleric with base power and toughness 3/3. 1 black if Evolved Sleeper is a Phyrexian, put a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card, and lose a life.
That's pretty good.
That seems solid. Now, what do our actual colors look like?
If you could go Rakdos aggro, you could fuck some people up.
I don't have a ton of black, but I do have 2 lightning strikes, baby! It's back!
Well, you are playing red.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Baird is back, and he's red this time. And he doesn't tax your opponents from attacking you. If at the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power greater than its base power, create a soldier.
Boros is looking quite good from the mana base and the
Yeah.
lightning strikes.
All right.
Oh, your mana is actually good enough that you could do like Naya.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Clockwork Drawbridge, 1 mana 0/3 artifact creature wall with Defender.
Get that the fuck out of here.
But you can tap it to tap a creature if you
No,
pay
you can't.
3 mana.
No, you can't.
Runic Shot, which just seems good. 1 mana, destroy target tapped creature. If it was kicked, scry 2, but I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to kick her. It is sorcery, but I mean, it's 1 mana.
Tapped blows so much.
Artillery Blast, which is an exceptionally cool card. Well, just look at the art. Just look at the
tapped creature.
So 2 mana instant.
Here, Wyatt, with this tapped creature stuff.
2 mana instant deals X damage to target tapped creature, where X is 1 plus the number of basic land types among lands you control.
I'm over White. I don't want it anymore.
Well, this card is gonna that card rules, but we'll get to it. Benelish Sleeper, 2 mana 3/1, Phyrexian Human Soldier with Kicker of black. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each player sacrifices a creature. Sure. Mm-hmm. You can get a Blade, or you can get a Fleshbag Marauder. Destroy Evil, 2 mana instant, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, or destroy target enchantment. This one seems really good.
In sealed, I would play that.
Yeah, for sure. Phyrexian Missionary, 2 mana 2/3, not even double pipped, just 1 and a white for a 2/3 Phyrexian Human Cleric. With Kicker 1 and a black. It has lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. This card just seems really good.
Your white is so fucking bad for aggro, so I don't think Boros aggro is a plan.
Yeah. Take up the shield. 1 and a white instant. Put a counter on a creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Charismatic Vanguard. 3 mana 3/2 Dwarf Soldier. 4 and a white creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. You can activate it as many times as you want. It's Citizen's
I'm
Arrest.
mostly disgusted by the tapped stuff because we had lightning strikes and good aggro red cards.
Yeah. 1 white for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. It's an O-ring.
How hard you can go into red. You could just be playing like Citizen's Arrest and red cards.
Yeah. Captain's Call. 3 and a white sorcery. Create 3 1/1s. I love it. 4 mana. Coalition Sky Knight. 3 and a white for a human knight. It's a 2/2 with flying and enlist. And enlist reads, as this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Wingmantle Chaplain. 3 and a white for a 0/3 human cleric with Defender. When it enters the battlefield, create a bird with flying for each creature with Defender you control. Whenever another creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 bird with flying.
You have like 3 good white cards, but they're really good white cards, though.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you like Defender Tribal?
No. Oh, your white is so bad, except for the 2 really good Citizen's Arrests there, and they're double white.
Well, Phyrexian Missionary is also pretty great. 2 mana 2/3 with lifelink.
Well, if you're going exactly white and black.
I mean, even without the kicker, that's I mean, a 2 mana 2/3 with lifelink is good.
Yeah. You would still play both of those in theoretical Boros.
Right. Shore Up. A single blue instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and hexproof until end of turn, and untap it. And it's got a Homerid on it. Essence Scatter.
Untap it is weird.
1 and a blue instant counter target creature spell. Just straight up Impulse. 1 and a blue instant, look the top 4, put 1 into your hand, rest on the bottom of your library in any order.
I don't think blue often gets the funny prank on tap. Ooh, I can block you now. Cards very often.
Joint Exploration. Heh. Weed. 1 and a blue instant with kicker for single green. Scry 2, draw a card. If this spell was kicked, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield.
That's just fucking good.
That's just good.
That's just a good ass card.
We got Negate. Counter target non-creature spell. Phyrexian Espionage. 2 and a blue sorcery with a kicker for 1 and a black. Draw 2. If the spell was kicked, each opponent discards a card.
That one you super don't care about the kicker. The kicker is the tiniest part of this card.
Yeah, I mean it's divination, and sometimes
divination.
you get upside.
You play divination.
Yeah,
that's a card, baby.
Talus Lookout. 2 blue for a 3/2 flying human pirate. When it
blue good as hell.
When it dies, look the top 2, put 1 into your hand, the other into your graveyard.
Fuck?
Tide Pool Turtle. 4 mana,
a 3/2
2/5.
flyer that replaces itself.
Yeah.
A turtle.
2 and a blue. Scry 1. It's a 2/5 turtle. Prized by wizards as a mobile scrying pool, it bears visions drawn from the depths of the sea. And then we got one
that
of our
almost
rares.
Makes me want to play a shitty 2/5 turtle.
And we get to our black. We do not have a lot of blue, but
that's the end of the blue. Oh no!
Yeah,
sealed, man.
Yeah. Black. Cut down. Single black mana for an instant. Destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less.
Rakdos aggro though.
It's a weird fatal push, but okay.
I see fucking defender over there. I can see the defender in the tiny little text. I know what's coming.
We got one of our rares. Phyrexian Vivisector, 2 mana 2/2 Phyrexian human. Whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1. Sure.
That's 2 2/2s for 2. That's big money, baby.
Toxic Abomination, 2 mana 3/2 Phyrexian zombie. When it enters the battlefield, you lose 2 life.
Oh hell yeah!
It's not double pipped or anything.
Yeah, Rakdos aggro.
Tribute to Urborg. 1 and a black for an instant with kicker 1 and a blue. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If the spell was kicked, that creature gets an additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. That seems alright.
Better the shit I've seen in white and blue. I'm feeling way better about the black and red.
Yeah. Balduvian Atrocity. 2 and a black for a 2/3 Phyrexian Berserker with kicker of a single red with Menace. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Rakdos was cracked in half.
You could, if I had 2 of these, you could just go back and forth with them.
Doesn't exile it? That's weird. That's crazy. You'd have 2 2/3s attacking. That's
hell.
nuts.
They have menace. Braid's Frightful Return. It is a 2 and a black for an enchantment saga, and it has read ahead. Choose a chapter and start with that many lore counters. Add 1 after your draw step. Skipped chapters don't trigger. Sacrifice after 3. You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target opponent may sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card.
That's a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Just skipping to the second one.
Yeah. Seems good. And then we got the best card in black. We got Gibbering Barricade. It's a 3 mana 2/4 Nightmare Wall. With
It is a Nightmare Wall.
2 and a black, sacrifice a creature, you gain a life and draw a card. I mean, if you're playing like more of a sacrifice control-y kind of deck, then that seems alright, but not what we're looking for.
It doesn't. I hate it.
Extinguish the Light, the card where Jaya dies.
Damn.
2 black instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker. If its mana value was 3 or less, you gain 3 life. That's just a good card. Jaya did not want to die, but for all of the things to die for, Dominaria felt right. So, what is being depicted here is her falling to her death after a Johnny kicks her. A Johnny just punts her to her death.
Damn, that's crazy. Is that why they killed a Johnny?
No, I mean, he was a Phyrexian sleeper agent, and that's why he killed her. He did not kill her and then become a Phyrexian sleeper agent.
Damn, is that why he's a lion?
He was lying about his identity.
What? Yo, I see a Kavu, and it's got Menace.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Tattered Apparition, 4 mana, 2/2, Flying Shade. 1 in a black, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That seems fine.
Oh.
And we get to the red, we got Hammerhand. Single red mana for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. This seems good.
Yeah.
Furious Bellow. 2 mana instant. Target creature gets +3/+0 and first strike until end of turn. Scry 1. Gitu Amplifier. 2 mana, 1/2 human wizard with kicker for 2 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Gitu Amplifier gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
You're pretty close to wanting to play that.
Yeah.
Rakdos.
2 lightning strikes. 2 mana instant deals 3 damage to any target. Probably the best card in this pool. Radha's Firebrand. We already went over this. It's one of our rares. Smash to Dust.
Good.
Yeah. 2 mana sorcery. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target creature with defender, or deal 1 damage to each creature your opponents control.
That
seems pretty good.
Could be good.
It seems like more of a sideboard card, which we're playing best of 1, but maybe.
If being a triple is pretty nice.
Well, you choose 1. You don't do all 3.
I mean, for it being in the main deck, you have 3
Oh,
options.
yeah, having 3 options. Yeah. How many I think you mean 1 toughness. How many 1 toughness creatures are there? Does not seem super common, but
It's
white
a
green.
theme in white.
Yeah, white green makes a lot of tokens. So it's not on a lot of like individual cards. Like this guy, it's 1 mana 1/1, but then he quickly gets big. We got Thrill of Possibilities. 1 in a red for an instant. Discard a card, draw 2 cards. It's fine. Oh boy, we have some flavor text from Asmorana Mardik Dicinakuldakar. Great. Yavimaya Steel Crusher. 2 mana 2/2 with Enlist. It's an ape warrior. And you can sacrifice it to destroy an artifact. Monkey.
You always played a monkey to destroy artifacts.
Yotia declares war. 2 mana saga. When it create a 0/2 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying named Ornithopter. Tap any number of untapped artifacts you control. When you do, Yotia declares war, deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker. Ooh. Up to
That's
1
so
target.
awkward.
Up to 1 target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power 4 and toughness 4/4 until end of turn.
I don't think there's any way you play that.
We would need a lot of artifacts, and we have 2. We get a Thopter. Flowstone Kavu, 3 mana 2/3 with Menace. And for a red mana, it gets +1/-1 until end of turn.
What are the stats on it?
2/3. So you can make it into a 4/1 Menace. And you can do that after blocks are declared.
That's playable.
Yeah. Keldon Strike Team. 3 mana 3/1 human warrior with kicker 1 and a white. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 2 1/1s. As long as it entered the battlefield this turn, creatures you control have haste. So your 1/1s have haste, this thing gets haste.
3/1 with haste for 3 is probably still playable for Rakdos.
Yeah, I mean, we may be able to, like, splash white, because I think our
No,
Baird is
not
pretty
an
good.
aggro, no.
Phyrexian
It would
Visionary.
make the deck, like, 500 times worse.
Damn. Coalition War Brute, 4 mana 3/4 with Enlist and Trample. That seems pretty good. Jaya's Fire Nado. It's not Fire Tornado, it's Jaya's Fire Nado. 5 mana sorcery deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker and scry 1.
That's the top end, baby.
Maria's Outrider, 5 mana, 4/4 Elf Archer with Reach, and it has Domain. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. Which will probably be 2.
Wouldn't. There's, like, no green cards.
In green, we have Gaia's Might. Green, single green instant, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each basic land type among lands you control. So again, the dual lands that have the type names do count for Domain. Sunbathing Rootwalla, 2 mana 2/2 Lizard. Domain. They got a Rootwalla.
Damn.
3 and a green. Until end of turn, it gets +1/+1 for each basic land types among lands you control. Activate once each turn. Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Scout the Wilderness. 3 and a green for a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle if this spell was kicked. Create 2 1/1s.
They forgot to put green cards in your pool here.
Well, I have 3 Gaia's Might. Which is... And 2 Broken Wings. 2 Skelter Wilderness is not that bad, but
This feels like the actual minimum amount of green cards you could have gotten from Pack Collation.
Yeah, maybe. The Weatherseed Treaty. 2 and a green for a saga with Read Ahead. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Create a 1/1 Sapperling. And target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains trample until end of turn, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control.
That's kind of better than a lot of the 3 mana get a land cards we've had in Standard recently.
Yeah. Like, you get a land, you get a creature, and you can pump a thing. It's no Song of Freyalise, but it's alright. Elfheim Worm. It is a 5 mana 5/4 with Vigilance and Trample. And it is a worm. We have Territorial Mark Rosewater. It is 4 and a green for a Star Elemental. Its power and toughness are equal to twice the number of basic land types among lands you control.
Wow, it still sucks.
Yep, not good. Yavimaya
Why does it
Sojourner.
cost fucking 5?
I mean, if we went 5 color, then these domain cards might be pretty good.
They wouldn't be.
Yavimaya
A
Sojourner.
10/10 for 5 still dies to just that white spell.
Yeah. But creatures die to removal. You know, you gotta spend money to make money.
That's why you don't have the absolute magical dream Christmas land of actually casting any spell. So that you can have multiple creatures out there.
Yavimaya Sojourner is an 8 mana 4/6. It costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. So it could be a 3 mana 4/6. In the best case scenario.
Rakdos aggro is a free 7 win. 0 loss.
I don't believe you, but it seems better than most other options we got. And we got black-white land, red-blue land, 2 red-green, 1 red-white, 1 white-green, and 1 blue-green. And we got some multicolored uncommons. We got Najal the Stormrunner, 2 blue-blue-red for a legendary Ifrit Wizard. It is a 5/4. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Whenever Najal the Stormrunner attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy.
I mean, double lightning strike is pretty funny, but your blue sucks.
Yeah. You have a lot of fixing lands? There is one in every pack. It's a common. It replaces the basic land. Because this is a set that has domain, so they really want you to be like 3+ colors.
I didn't see any Homerids. What's the point of going to Dominaria without Homerids?
There's a Homerid for sure, I just didn't get it. There was a card with a Homerid on it.
Better be.
No, we saw it. The Shore Up has a Homerid on it. Homerid shells are adapted to the crushing pressure of the deepest depths on land. Their sturdiness seems supernatural.
Yeah, but there should be a Homerid card, not just a card with a Homerid on it. What if there's not? What if there's not?
There is. I guarantee it.
I don't think there is.
We got Baird, 2-mana legendary
there's
human
no
soldier.
Homerid. They didn't put a Homerid in.
I think you're just not looking hard enough.
No, I looked it up. There's no Homerid.
Then that must be the theme of one of the commander decks.
Oh, I'm so fucking mad.
Alright, we still have some cards we haven't looked at. Nail, Avizoa Aeronaut. 4-mana, 2/4, green-blue legendary elf scout. It has flying and domain. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Put one of them onto the top of your library and the rest on the bottom in a random order. If there are 5 basic land types among lands you control, draw a card. When I started reading that, I expected it to be better.
It has a lot of words on it. The problem is one of them's domain.
Yeah. Inscribed
Usually when you see
tablet.
a green-blue card with a lot of words on it, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but it's just like, you need all 5 land types to draw a card off of it. And otherwise, it's just like, otherwise you scry X. Put one of them to the top of your library, the rest at the bottom. I guess it's... No, it's not scry.
Scry X is pretty close to just drawing cards once you have a bunch of lands.
Yeah, true. We also have Inscribed...
Exactly that, though.
Not exactly. Inscribed Tablet, 1-mana artifact. Pay 1 and tap it, sacrifice it, reveal the top cards of your library, put a land from among them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, draw a card. Seems okay.
That's for clowns that are playing 3-color.
Automatic Librarian, 3-mana 3/2, when it enters the battlefield, scry 2.
You probably actually play that.
Not happy about it. No,
Why
Captioner,
not?
I'm not happy about it.
It's 3 power and it scries 2 for 3.
Yeah, but when we got this
actually good.
When we got this card in Kamigawa, it was a cat. And it's not a cat this time.
Oh, I see.
So just put a bunch of stuff. If we just pile a bunch of fucking cards into this.
You gotta make cuts. You got too many good cards.
So right now we're at 39. Oh, it gave me the fucking...
I mean, you should put in all the cards first. You don't make cuts at 39.
I don't remember what the other cards...
The rest of the good black cards. You stopped halfway through black.
I don't remember... What? There we go. I don't remember which of the remaining ones were the good ones. Braid's Frightful Return was pretty good. Right? And we got...
Like all of them. that
Oh
aren't
yeah, that's also
defender.
-2/-2. And...
You're not playing Maria's Outrider. You're also not playing Thrill of Possibility.
Oh, okay, yeah. 4 cuts. So, for the top end, we've got Fire NATO, Tattered Apparition, Extinguish the Light, Coalition Warbrute X2.
Furious Bellow, I don't know about having 2 of them.
Sure.
G2 Amplifier can be cut.
Yeah, needing to cast an instant for it to deal more
You probably
than
have
1
like
damage.
6, 7 instants or sorceries.
I think we had 14 creatures. Okay. I was worried that
8.
we were kind of low.
8, but 1 might be cut.
Hmm.
What was Phyrexian Vivisector?
Phyrexian Vivisector was a bear with whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Because that counts itself. We got the Toxic Abomination, which is like the MVP here.
You could just get rid of Furious Bellow. Just not run any. That might be greedy. You have Menace things, so probably not, actually.
Yeah, no. +3/+0 and First Strike just seems pretty good for what our deck wants to be doing. I think Smash to Dust might be pretty valuable in case we end up against some kind of white deck, because being able to clear out like their idiot soldiers.
It is very anti-white.
Yeah. But there's also just like some walls that people might actually be playing that we could blow up.
There's also a lot of scrying in this deck.
Yeah, so if we see it and we're just not in the right matchup, we put it in the dumpster. Like, Frightful Return being able to buy back Rada's Firebrand is pretty cool.
You could cut, like, Fire NATO and a land.
That's true. Just, like, play it lean and mean.
I guess the Coalition War Brutes, you probably don't need 2 of them. They're not super exciting. Trample with Enlist is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
But 3 power for 4? That's kind of rough. And it doesn't have haste.
Yeah, Enlist is more of a Boros thing, so because, like, you could just bring along
I would
one of
maybe
your...
just cut both of those.
Yeah,
They feel pretty bad.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of... Like, with a lot of our 3-power creatures, we just want to be attacking with them. Rather than sending them along with the Minotaur.
If
Like,
it was a 4/4, I'd be down, I think.
Alright.
3/4 is rough.
We could try it like this.
Or if it was even like a 2/4 but had haste. I think this is probably the best it can be.
Sad that it's not really working out to go some kind of Naya, but it's just like our green...
The 3-mana Saga. What was the first one again?
You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, each opponent discards card.
Oh, it's discard.
Yeah. So, like, we're probably reading ahead on this a lot, but like forcing them to sack a non-land, non-token permanent, and if they don't, they lose 2, and we draw a card.
I mean, sack some 2-mana doofus, get back a 3-mana doofus while going up on cards could be good. Depending on how the board is going.
Right.
Didn't get any red-black lands, huh?
No.
It's fucked up. You don't need them, though.
No. If we wanted to splash a color, we got lots of red lands. Just no red black.
Do we want to splash?
I don't think there's anything that we really want to splash for in this deck. Like, just trying to be aggro.
Splash, like, a red-white land because of the kicker on that one thing.
Oh, yeah, the Keldon
It's already
Strike
in the
team.
deck. Yeah. Because playing 1-tap land is a pretty low cost. And then sometimes you get to have a Keldon Strike team.
Yeah.
And sometimes you lose the game because you draw an untapped or a tapped land instead of an untapped land.
Yeah.
That's fun. Could also do the white-black one too.
Yeah, and just mention that in chat.
I don't think that gives you enough of an excuse to play either of the Boros ones, though.
Yeah, it's like... so, Astor, we don't have any equipment or vehicles, so he's so much less exciting. But
He's just a 4/4.
Baird, like, we've got ways to make things bigger than they are, but...
The problem is he's a 2-draw. You don't want to splash for
Yeah.
a 2-draw.
And our 2-drop slot is already quite competitive. And
I think it's probably just worse to play the tap lands. I think there are more cases where the tap lands hurt you than they help you.
It's the kicker cost on 1 card, so...
I would just play Mountains and Swamps.
Yeah. Coalition Sky Knight is kind of tempting, but...
Not enough to splash. You have a creature you want to play on turn 1, even.
Yeah. Alright, you gonna go walk your dog?
I'll watch a first match. Like
So you can tell me all the ways that I'm misplaying.
Yeah. You should have attacked them with your creature.
And you're just gonna say that every turn, so...
Yeah.
Now the
You're
problem
playing
is...
Suicide Rakdos. You gotta hit him.
problem that I anticipate we're gonna run into... Oh yeah, there's no way to change back to the old Ajani avatar. Which is exceptionally rude. Oh, I forgot to change the lands. Fuck.
The sand blows, but I'd keep it.
Yeah. Opponent goes first, so I think there's plenty that we could draw into by the time we're hitting our second turn.
I think we probably lose this game.
Well, let's find out.
But I hate mulliganing so much. But hey, maybe you'll draw cards. You're gonna draw lands. You're gonna draw 6 lands in a row.
Ooh, we're up against green. We're probably up against someone that's playing 5-color, and they're gonna kill us with Joda. Oh shit, it's a wall!
Whoa!
They are at least 3-color.
They're winning! Now they know you have a lightning strike.
Good, we'll put the Fear of God into him. Was wanting the initial reaction of the Sleeper Agent to Johnny Swap. It there's no big reaction. It just makes me sad. All right, so here they're gonna get their blue. Oh, they're getting their black first. Okay. I could fire strike the wall
No,
and then
that's so bad. Why?
clears the way.
You don't need the way cleared. Oh, I would not do that.
Well,
Automatic librarian's way better. Could have scried that away.
could have.
You
Well,
can automatic librarian with Hammerhead this turn, though.
I was kind of thinking about putting Hammerhead on the strike team so that it could attack into the 1/1. But Hammerhead also on yay.
I don't think you want to go the long game here.
Yeah. Well, Hammerhead can make the 1/1 unable block anyways, so.
For a turn. But you want to be getting in damage. And that thing doesn't have haste without the Hammerhead.
Yeah. Furious Bellow.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, we don't have a second red source. Alright.
Rest in peace.
Golly. Oh, they found their blue source. Alright. Show me Joda. Are you going to get through all these walls? I'm not. I'm going to lose this game.
I mean, the walls are not remotely why you'll lose this game.
Well, we could kill the 1/1.
I would not. You can just play your Vivisector and attack and then pass. Smash Dust is instant, right?
No, it's not.
It's not? Ah,
It
that card
is
sucks.
Sorcery. Herd Migration. Create a beast token for each basic land type among lands you control.
Wow.
Well,
Is that good?
I don't think 15 power and toughness on the opponent's side of the board is a good thing for me when when I have a 3/1 and a 2/2.
I would just concede.
Yeah.
You don't actually have an out to this.
Yeah. "15 power and 15 toughness newly added to the board." Oh, I lost a lot of frames at some point. That's not good.
Goodbye, frames.
I lost 1,000 frames. Round 2, you got this one. I'm not sure this is the format for aggro, but I guess we'll see.
They had probably the best card in their deck, and you had a bad rollout.
Speaking of bad rollouts,
Opponent goes first.
I think if we keep this hand, it's probably just going to play out the same way that the last game did.
No. You have better cards.
Alright. Hey!
It is rather unlikely you draw both not a low-cost creature and also not a land.
Aww. A
You get
lightning
blasted.
struck.
I mean, they're lightning striking your 1-drop. That's pretty okay.
Before we put any mana into it. Toxic Abomination with Hammerhand. It's kind of tempting.
I would probably Librarian so you can make sure you hit your land drop.
Yeah.
Because you want to double spell next turn to get a Hammerhand out as long as they don't have mana up.
Well, we're hitting our land drop.
It's a swamp even.
Yeah.
You don't want the second one though.
Yeah. They lightning struck her 3/2. Well,
You can Kavu Hammerhead or just Kavu kill their thing. Or actually, no, that can't kill it because it's 7.
cannot
So
kill
5 or
it,
lower.
and also can't... Well,
You can do Kavu Hammerhead then. Make sure it taps correctly.
I don't
Because it's
know
not-
if I want to Hammerhand on the Kavu.
It's going to tap incorrectly. You need to tap
I know,
manually.
I know. Okay, I know. I'm still thinking this out. Alright, give me a sec. I don't think I want to Hammerhand the Kavu.
To play it.
I don't think I want to Hammerhand the Kavu.
Why not?
Because it already can't block it because it has Menace, so I can Hammerhand the Toxic Abomination next turn and attack in with both so that he can't block either.
I suppose. Less damage.
It's less damage, but it also lets us keep up Cut Down for something that they might play this turn. Which is 3 1/1s. Great. I don't think I want to cut down a 1/1.
You don't.
So I can Toxic Abomination, Hammerhand, and keep up Furious Bellow.
Yeah. And you do want to do that.
It's not blocking.
No, I would pump.
Yeah. I was thinking if I wanted to Furious Bellow, but I think just the pump is fine. There's some good targets in white for the cut down, I think. Artillery Blast.
Getting blasted.
Well, it's a target.
You do want to kill that, I think.
Yeah. They're gonna gain the life anyways, which is a bummer. Oh, we're in a bad spot.
Mountain's pretty bad.
I might just want to hold up Furious Bellow and block the Coalition War Brute here.
They do have a variety of draws that just outright kill you if you don't stay back to block.
Yeah.
Playing the mountain is bad. I think they probably don't have anything.
They had something. but they didn't have the right thing.
Ah.
Hey! Something that does something.
Wow. I forgot to look at what that domain did. Since it said domain on it. Yeah, that's actually good.
I think I might still need to hold back Toxic Abomination, though.
You want to be safe, yeah.
Activate only once each turn, so we'll hold on to the mountain. We're top decking, they are top decking. Lightning Strike.
How much mana does it cost to activate?
Currently it costs 4, so I could play the mountain, hold up Lightning Strike, activate that.
It's not sorcery or anything, is it?
No. Only once each turn, but it is sorcery. Or it's not sorcery, rather.
Play your mountain, then you can crunch in then. You could just activate it early just to be very sure.
Do I hold back Toxic Abomination to block?
If you want to be a coward, I guess. I would just attack.
Okay. You're the expert. Because if he pumps one of them to try and kill me, we've got the Lightning Strike.
Yeah.
Oh. They gave up.
They drew lands. Ew, yuck.
We did it. 1-1, baby. I want to be the cool 5-color deck, but 5-color deck was not great.
You only got 2 colors in your pool. Is the problem with 5-color.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's a rollout, baby.
It's the sleeper.
I love my sleepy boy.
And you go first? Oh, you get to
Yeah.
prank him.
Do I evolve it? Or do I play the Vivisectioner?
I'll play the Vivisectioner.
Yeah.
Because then you start getting value if they start killing things, and you have too many lands already in your hand.
Oh, yikes.
Now you could double evolve.
Oh,
'Cause
that's true.
You might want to kick her that next turn.
Right.
Eventually. And they might have deal 1 damage thing.
Yeah. You are hella right. I mean, if they have the artillery, then they can kill either of these on attack, because that's instant and they've got 3 land types. Oh, or they just kill it. Hey, Rada's Firebrand! Pretty sure I want that one to stay.
Yeah, probably. The danger of it turning out to be a land under there is pretty spooky.
I think I want to play Firebrand here. Because Atrocity bringing back a 1/1 is less exciting than potentially bringing back the Firebrand later.
Yeah, either the Firebrand later or bringing back the little guy but having the mana to pump him.
2 damage to each creature and opponent. Cool.
Didn't play around the Elder Dragon War, classic mistake.
Well, here's Toxic Abomination.
You'll take it.
It's a playable creature, baby.
You could Balduvian Atrocity bring back the guy pump him once.
If I pump him once, that's less damage than bringing back the Firebrand, though.
That's true. But it's cooler.
It is cool.
You can just play both of your guys out. Oh, actually, it should have been the 2-2. Should have been the 2-2 by far.
Oh, you're right. Frick. Lose 1 damage, but...
Oh, you're fucked. You just lose. He discards his hands and finds his bomb.
Yeah.
He only discarded 3? Oh, you hella lose.
Yeah.
Unless they made a terrible mistake.
Sacrifice another creature, deals 1 damage to any target. It's a 5/4. Well, I can bring back Firebrand. If I bring back Firebrand, then he can sacrifice a thing to kill it very easily.
I would get Sleeper.
Yeah.
I would get Mr. Sleepy. Then you can play out your hand. Or get Sleepy Guy tougher.
I play either Sleeper or Toxic Abomination. I don't.
You want to have some black mana. You want more black mana.
Yeah.
If you bring back Sleeper, because you got to pump him up immediately.
I would like to skip 1. Bring back the Sleepy Boy. Play him. Pump. Get in for 2. And he gets a 4/4 flyer.
Damn it, keep going.
Yeah, this card seems very good. Because it's not a symmetrical effect. It's 2 damage to each... Oh wait, no, it is symmetrical for creatures. But...
Oh, you're dead. You just fuck.
Extraordinarily dead and fucked.
I don't think there's any world where blocking here makes you win.
I don't see any world where I win. Just period.
There's a world where you don't block and you win. I think there's just literal 0 outs now.
Yeah, I'm just donezo. My aggro deck is not nearly aggro enough to contend with the big stuff that is going on in this format.
Well, your aggro deck can't handle a sweeper into ultimate card selection into a 4/4 dragon in the air, starting turn 4. Weird.
I got some problems. But on the upside, we get to build another deck soon.
Boy, howdy.
So that's nice.
I'm gonna walk Charlotte a little bit.
Yeah. There's nothing to see here. Oh god.
I'll see your first hand and tell you that you shouldn't mulligan, even though this is garbage and will never work, because fuck mulligans.
oh god. It just sucks the whole way down.
I told you, dog. I told you about mulligans, dog.
I think this is better. It's still bad.
Never mulligan. Never. You god. Mulligan Wizards wins. You probably win this. They didn't play a thing.
I probably lose this because
you're winning. You're winning. You're doing it.
They played a wall.
You're winning though.
I contribute to Urborg's wall on blocks.
I want to just play a big funny sky guy.
Yeah. The problem with mulliganing is that you need good cards to get instead of the ones you had. Yeah, I don't think our pool was very strong here.
Your pool had no bombs and it's sealed, so yeah.
I mean, the green-white guy was pretty good. Oh, okay.
He was not a bomb, he was just a good card.
What the fuck was that? Put a counter on a creature, all creatures get -2/-2. Golly. Every creature, every color can fuck me in a new and exciting way.
In this fucking format. What the fuck? Rakdos is just shitty in this format, I think. I didn't know every color had a sweeper in this format. You gotta bring back a funny guy.
I get to scry one, baby!
That's value. That's hella value.
That's so much value. Yeah.
You're supremely pranked. I'm walking my dog.
Hey, this red-black aggro deck is the best you got, he says, confidently. I mean, I think he was right. I think I just had a bad pool. Later, N. Oh, and he can kick it. Yes, he can. And now he's got infinite blockers. Not looking good for you. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad someone believes in me. I'm attacking. Fuck it. I'm getting in. Ooh, is he scared? Yeah, he's scared. It's afraid. Yeah! They were correct to be afraid. Although they still super could have killed both of my creatures. They... Oh, okay. Well. I don't like that. I don't like that to go away. Discard a card, draw a card. I am fine if he trades that for the Toxic Abomination. He is low on cards in hand, and I would like him to not have additional card selection, but I'm probably still dead here. There's a couple of cards that I could draw that'll help. Ooh, ouch! No likey. It especially doesn't help that the creature I have in hand hurts me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, new deck. 1 and 3. Let's go. We get fucking nothing for prizes. It was 2,000 gems to enter this event, and we got 400 back. Looks like your fate was sealed. Thanks. Let's try that again! If I get another Joda, I'm playing Joda. I didn't get another Joda, thank goodness. We got the Raven Man! Alright, what's up with the Raven Man? 2 mana 2/1 legendary human wizard. At the beginning of each end step, if a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 black bird creature token with flying, and this creature can't block. 3 and a black, tap, each opponent discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. That seems pretty good. I mean, he dies to every single card in the format, because he has less than 3 toughness, but Seems pretty good. Temporal Firestorm. 5 mana sorcery. Kicker for 1 and a white, and also kicker for 1 and a blue. Choose up to X creatures and or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times the spell was kicked. These permanents phase out, and Temporal Firestorm deals 5 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Ah, cool! Another sweeper!
My dog's going nuts.
Oh, man. Hey, LawyerDog, one of my rares is a sweeper. Can you believe it?
That's crazy. You got
It
a human wizard?
It deals 5 damage to each creature and planeswalker. And you can kick it to phase out some of your stuff. Raven Man is cool, though. He dies to every card in the format, but he's cool.
I'm gonna take my grumbling dog outside.
Okie doke. Academy Loremaster. Blue for a 2/3 human wizard. Hey, this survives cards. This survives multiple sweepers. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player may draw an additional card. If they do, spells they cast this turn cost 2 more to cast. That doesn't seem very good for sealed. I mean, if I have a lot of counter magic, maybe, because then this is a control card, and I don't like it. But if you want to just draw and pass the turn, this card loves it. Cruelty of Gix. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a creature or planeswalker from it. That player discards that card. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. You lose 3 life, and put a creature card from a battlefield onto the from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. This card seems very good. For 5 mana, you can like get a thing out of the opponent's hand, tutor for a card, and get a card, like, get the best creature from either graveyard onto the battlefield. That's great. Zur Eternal Schemer. White, blue, black for a 1/4 flying human wizard. Enchantment creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. I didn't see any enchantment creatures in this set. 1 and a white. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness, each equal to its mana value. That's not until end of turn. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness, each equal to its mana value. Period. So, like, you can activate that, and then Cruelty of Gix would become a 5/5 with Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. But also, there's a lot of, like, removal enchantments in white. Like this one. Leyline Binding, 5 and a white for an enchantment with Flash. Costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. Seems good. Because then, this gets discounted by Zur's ability, but it still counts as being 6... this gets discounted by Domain, which would be discounted by 3, so it's 3 mana, and then you have a 6 mana enchantment that Zur can make huge. Yeah, Cruelty of Gix does go away after the third... Like, sagas go away after the 3rd chapter, but... I mean, it's 2 mana to activate, so... I'm looking at white, blue, black for this pool. Ooh, we have 2 Wingmantle Chaplains. We could get so many birds. Because if we're playing white, blue, black, then there's probably walls in the other colors too. Oh yeah, we got Academy walls. Oh yeah. I think LawyerDog would be upset if I built Esper Wall Party. But it would be funny. We got Bone Splinters. Sacrifice a creature, destroy a creature. Let's go color by color. So we got the Drawbridge, we got Artillery Blast ×2. We have a Benelish Faithbonder, which is a 1/3 for 2 with Vigilance and Enlist. Pretty good. Benelish Sleeper, Juniper Order Rootweaver, 2 mana 2/2 with Kicker for green. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, put a counter on a target creature you control. So that could be itself, or it could be a different creature. Seems good. Samite Herbalist, 2 mana 2/1. When it becomes tapped, you gain a life and scry 1, which would play really nicely with Enlist, because it's a 2. It only has 1 toughness, so you don't really want to play it a ton. Like, you don't want to be attacking with it a ton, but if you can Enlist and get that, like, use Enlist as a way to tap it consistently, that's pretty good. Argivian Cavalier, 3 mana 2/2 with Enlist. When it enters the battlefield, it comes with a 1/1. Like that. Charismatic Vanguard, which we already saw. 2 Wingmantle Chaplains. Oh, we also have 2 Argivian Cavaliers. That's nice. Leyline Binding, I think we're just playing, because even if we're only 2 colors, Leyline Binding, like, it's a 4 mana flash, exile a thing until this permanent leaves the battlefield, which seems good. In blue, we've got Pixie Illusionist, 1 mana 1/1 flyer with Kicker for 3 and a green. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, so it enters as a 3/3 flyer instead. Tap, target land you control becomes the basic land type of your choice until end of turn. So if you want to, like, fix your mana or do some domain shenanigans, maybe. Shore Up, Academy Lore Master, which is one of our rares. Essence Scatter, 2 mana instant counter target creature spell. This one's a new one. 2 mana 2/1 Illusion Haunting Figment. It has Vigilance and can't be blocked as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery this turn. That seems strong. If you're casting a lot of instants and sorceries, which would be like a red-blue thing. Impede Momentum, 2 mana sorcery, tap target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. A stun counter means if a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. So any effect that would untap a creature with a stun a permanent with a stun counter, like at the beginning of your turn, you have the untap step, so you untap all your stuff. So at that time, instead of untapping, you would just remove a stun counter instead. But there's also there's also effects that will untap things. And if a thing says, like, untap target creature, and it has a stun counter on it, then it just removes a stun counter, it doesn't untap. Academy Wall, 3 mana 0/5 with Defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This ability triggers once each turn. LawyerDog is going to be bummed out at how many cool cards we've got in this pool this time. All this cool control magic. Airtie's Scorn, 1 blue for an instant. This spell costs blue less to cast if an opponent casts 2 or more spells this turn. Counter target spell. So, the spell does not have to resolve for an opponent to be considered having cast 2 spells. So, they cast 1 spell, and you're like, cool. Then they cast another spell. You can counter that spell with this card for its discounted cost. So, you can counter their second spell for 1 and a blue instead of 1 blue. Tolarian Geyser, 3-mana sorcery with kicker for white. Return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. If this spell was kicked, you gain 3 life. This just seems good. That seems powerful. Just get a thing off the board and you gain 3 life. Talus Lookout, which we saw. Djinn of the Fountain. 6 mana 4/4 flying Djinn. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, choose 1. Djinn of the Fountain gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Exile Djinn of the Fountain, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And scry 1. That's very powerful. And that's all our blue. Oh shit. N wasn't here for the Badger. What a shame. In black, we've got Battlefly Swarm, a 1/1 flying Phyrexian insect for 1, and for a single black mana, gains Death Touch until end of turn. Classic kind of design. Bone Splinters. Single black mana for a sorcery, sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature. Cut Down, which we saw before. Blight Pile. 2 mana 3/3 Defender. 2 and a black, tap. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control. Guys, I think we might build the wall deck. I think the wall deck might be what I want to do here. LawyerDog's not going to be happy when he hears me say it, but I think that might be... I think that might be what we do. Knight of Dusk's Shadow, 2 mana 2/2 Menace. Ooh! Opponents can't gain life. Whoa! 1 and a black, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Holy cannoli! Why couldn't we have this card for our frickin' red-black aggro deck? This card's amazing! Howdy, Dura. How's it going? Splatter Goblin. 2 mana 2/1 Phyrexian Goblin. When it dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Damn, this pool has so many cooler and better and more interesting cards. Then we got the Raven Man, who makes birds. Tribute to Urborg. Gibbering Barricade. 3 mana 2/4. Oh, right, we saw this before. But it's a wall, which we might care about. Phyrexian Rager. 3 mana 2/2 Phyrexian Horror. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. This card's just good. How is cards going? We lost the first sealed event very, very badly. I won a single game and lost 3. Because our deck was very bad. And also, every deck that we played against was very good against our deck. Except for the one that we won. Extinguish the Light, which we know is good. Tattered Apparition is good. We get to red Flowstone Infusion. 1 mana red instant. Target creature gets +2/-2 until end of turn. We got a Hammerhand. We got this guy that LawyerDog is probably going to like. Electrostatic Infantry. 1 in a red for a 1/2 Dwarf Wizard. With Trample, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Electrostatic Infantry. So this guy gets very big. And then he's difficult to block because he has Trample. Fires of Victory. 2 mana instant. If the spell was kicked, draw a card. Fires of Victory deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of cards in your hand. Damn. Goblin Picker. 2 mana 2/2 Goblin. Red mana, tap, discard a card, draw a card. Smash to Dust, which we saw. Yoshia Declares War, which we saw. Balduvian Berserker. 3 mana, 1/3 with Enlist, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Flowstone Kavu we saw. Herloon Battle Hymn. 3 mana red instant. It deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If this was kicked, gain 4 life. Damn. Have you decided on your mana base yet? No. Well, I was kind of thinking white, blue, black. Because, like, Zur is really cool, but I'm kind of thinking that we might have to play some of this red. Some of this red's real good. And also, we don't really have much in the way of enchantments, but we could play the wall deck, which would be funny. We got a Coalition Warbrute. Enthrall to the Pit. 4 mana sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, sacrifice this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Now, what this card does is good. But it costs 7 mana to gain control and sacrifice it. That's a lot of mana. Maria's Outrider is if you're not going like 5 color. Temporal Firestorm is a sweeper, which seems powerful in this format. And we've got basically nothing for green. We got Gaia's Might. We have Llanowar Stalker, 1 mana, 1/1 elf warrior. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That's good. That's pretty good. Well, I mean, it's good for the elf deck. I don't know how good it is in sealed, but I think that is a potentially powerful card. Bite Down. 1 and a green for an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Pretty good. Colossal Growth. 1 and a green for an instant with kicker of red. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If it was kicked, it gains +4/+4 trample and haste until end of turn. That's pretty good. Bog Badger. 3 mana, 3/3 Badger with kicker of a single black mana. When it enters battlefield, if it was kicked, creatures you control gain haste or gain menace until end of turn. That's pretty good. Barkweave Crusher, 4 mana, 2/5 elemental warrior with enlist. And Magnagoth Sentry, 4 mana, 4/4 with reach. That's a tree folk. So again, our green has very little going on. And it doesn't even have the basic land, like, hey, go find a land out of your deck stuff that it had before. It is even worse this time. Somehow. And we get to the multicolored. Aaron Benalia's Ruin. White, black for a 3/3 Phyrexian human. It's a legendary. It has menace. And pay white, black, tap, and sacrifice another creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Each. That's very good. We have another Najal the Stormrunner. For multicolor green, we have Bortuk Bone Rattle. It is a 6 mana 4/4 legendary troll shaman. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, choose target creature card in your graveyard, return it to the battlefield if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of basic land types you control. There's a fly. Again. So you can reanimate a thing? That's alright. Pretty good, even, but you have to be doing the domain thing, which we're not, really. Queen Alanal of Ruadak. Green, white for a legendary elf noble. Its power and toughness are star, and equal to the number of creatures you control. If 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 white soldier creature token are created instead. I got a lot of decks that I want this card to be in. But none of those decks are a sealed deck with this pool, I think. I'm kind of thinking, like, white, blue, black control. But unfortunately, our mana fixing for that is not as good as I would want it to be. We've got 2 white and black lands. Oh, we have 2 Crystal Grottos, which can filter, so pay 1 and tap to add 1 mana of any color, or you can just tap to add colorless. We actually have an equipment this time. A Vanquisher's Axe. 1 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and equip 2. And Hero's Heirloom. 2 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, and as long as equipped creature is legendary, it has trample and haste. Ooh. And it equips for 2. That's pretty good. Salvaged Mana Worker, 2 mana 1/3 artifact creature construct. Pay 1 and add 1 mana of any color. So this guy also filters mana between colors. Activate only once each turn. Ooh, here's what we're looking for this for mana fixing. 3 mana artifact, tap 1 mana of any color, or tap to add 1 mana of any color. Tap an untapped legendary creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Ooh. We can tap our legendary creatures, like Zur, to add mana. But if we have Zur on the battlefield, we probably already have all the mana we need. We also have Meteorite, which is funny. 5 mana artifact, when it enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to any target, and then you can tap to add mana of any color. So, I want to play the Walls deck. So it's like we have 2 walls there, 2 walls there, another wall there, another wall, another wall. So we have math. We have 7 walls that we can play. And the synergies are Wingmantle Chaplain, when it enters the battlefield, make a bird, and for each defender you control. Or, yeah, so when it enters the battlefield, if I have a bunch of walls, I get a bunch of birds. Otherwise, whenever I play a wall, I get a bird. You have anything expensive and cool to play late game? Yeah, so we've got some control shenanigans going on. We have so for removal, we have cut down. We have Tolarian Geyser is not hard removal, but it gets a thing out of the way for a little while. We have Leyline Binding for removal. Cruelty of Gix is not removal, but it is a powerful big mana spell. So that's pretty good. Extinguished Light removal. Tribute to Urborg is more removal. The Raven Man can put in some work. Knight of Dusk's Shadow, I think, is just good. Impede Momentum also helps keep things, like, down and out of the way. Now, we don't have a lot of instants and sorceries, which is awkward for... well, we have a decent amount. We do actually have a decent amount. So we could be playing stuff like Haunting Figment, Djinn of the Fountain. Maybe red, blue, black would be better. Because one of the main reasons why I was so excited to go white, blue, black was because of Zur and Wingmantle Chaplain, but I think we might make a better deck if we go red, blue, black, because we have more removal. We have better synergy with instants and sorceries. But my walls! Gotta decide. Yeah. Walls are a better deck. Ah. What a choice to have to make. Well, we're playing Phyrexian Rager either way. Artillery Blast. Do we actually... We have a little bit of... Our red is not actually that impressive. Like, we have Fires of Victory and Hurloon Battle Hymn and Temporal Firestorm. So we have 3 pretty good pieces of removal, but we also have removal in white as well. I want to play the walls deck. I want to. When in doubt, add another color. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, we could just play Zur as a flying 1/4. Because we didn't really end up with any of the O-ring effects that I was kind of expecting to end up with in white. Maybe not. O-ring effects. So, named after Oblivion Ring, which is exile target permanent, or exile target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. That is the traditional Oblivion Ring. Look, I get what you were going for, Cult. I see what you're up to. So I could just play Academy Lore Master and then counter spells. I still don't think that's good. I still think that would cause me more problems than it would solve. Hmm. I think if I just keep my white to a minimum, that'll help avoid big mana problems. Because my mana is not amazing. I just played this funny little guy to help fix my mana. So I don't think I'm gonna have a ton of like super expendable. I mean, if I don't have Wingmantle Chaplain, how many expendable creatures do I end up with? Like, I could have the Raven Man. Because I don't really want to just throw a bunch of my walls immediately into the garbage with Bone Splinters. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Can be kind of funny if combined with Blight Pile, because then I can activate its ability again. Theoretically. Would you use the new Ajani if you got him? Probably. Like, the new Ajani is a powerful card, even if it makes me sad. If I just cut the white, if I just cut the stupid wall synergy, I think I would actually have a pretty decent blue-black control deck here. But it's funny, though. It's funny to have the walls. I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna play a game with this deck. They're called the Oblivion Gates. Hmm. Ooh. Turn to the Raven Man? Imagine? I would probably just hold up Essence Scatter, but... Oh. Ooh, Wingmantle Chaplain. Alright. I'm holding up Counterspell. I've gone to the dark side, I'm sorry. Ah, shit. He didn't play anything. Oh, Wingmantle Chaplain is 4? Damn. I'm gonna play... Clockwork Drawbridge. And hold up removal / counterspell. Oh no! He made a bunch of dudes! I can't counter that. Whack. Yeah, I'll keep passing. Because next turn, I get birds. Ooh, play a big dumb creature. Oh, he's playing that with kicker. No. You are not allowed to get rid of my bridge. I like my bridge. Birds! What are you? Add 1 mana of any color, target land becomes a 3/3 with haste. Okay. What are you? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. That's annoying. I will lose a life and trade my bird for yours. Let's... cut down him. Oh, I should have killed him first. Right. Oops. I lost a life for no reason. Now it would be really cool. Oh! Oh! Goodbye, frames! Goodbye. Goodbye, internet. It was nice having you. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Damn, this guy's got creatures. Well, he's playing the same creatures over and over. It's fine, I didn't want to stream today anyway. Jeez. Oh, my game is starting to fuck up too. Wowie. Okay. Goodness gracious. Yeah, just straight 0. Okay. Alright.